Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you own based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease. It's your boy Soul Immortal. Brothers, let's talk about sex. Because, through the years, us growing up, there's been levels to it, right? Now, we can think back when we were back at, young men. When we talked about sex, the only thing we had to fear initially was, getting a young woman pregnant. Every guy took every precaution necessary to avoid getting a young woman pregnant, right? And then as we got older and we noticed that, everybody was starting to mess around with everybody else, we had to become more cautious of STDs. And this is something, guys, we rarely talk about, but we have to take this stuff serious, definitely in 2020, in 2021 rather. But as we got older, guys, there is something that's far more threatening than both of those, right? And it's what I call the great exchange. See, you have to imagine, some kind of being from outer space or whatever coming to this planet and observing us as human beings, right? Now, let's say they observe us, at a sporting event. Maybe it's a football game or a basketball game. And this being can look at us and say, okay, this is what, celebration looks like. This is what, happy and joy looks like, I guess, right? And then that same being sees us, either at a funeral or at a wedding, and people are emotional, they're crying and all kind of stuff. And they're saying, okay, this must be what some form of sorrow or some form of, another form of joy looks like, right? And they're taking all this data in, right? But then this same being sees a man and a woman in the bedroom, right? Now they're seeing gyrating, they're seeing legs shaking, they're hearing moaning, they're seeing, sweating, they're seeing eyes roll in the back of the heads. And they say to themselves, I don't know what this is, but this is something completely different. So let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about our women. Let's talk about sex and how easily, it's accessed nowadays. If a man wants sex here in 2021, it's just as accessible as your standard issue candy, right? In other words, at any point in time of the day, if a man wants a box of M&Ms, he can get in his vehicle, drive to the corner store, and all of that stuff is just readily available, right? Now you have to understand that if it's readily available to me, then it has to be available to everybody. Matter of fact, to assume that it's just for you guys is almost insane. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's really think about this. Picture yourself getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, driving to the corner store. Parking lot empty. Nobody getting gas, nobody doing nothing. You walk in, store is empty. Nothing but a cashier and some old elevator music. You know what I'm saying? You go in, get what you need, pay for it, leave the parking lot. You would have to be crazy to think that store being that accessible, you would have to be insane to think that before you got there, somebody else wouldn't leave, and after you left, somebody else wouldn't pulling up. You know what I'm saying? That's the state we're in right now. Combine that state of accessibility with the mindset or just the way that women are nowadays. Guys, I remember back when I was younger, women had, there were different, tiers of women. You had some women that were, more sexual, in public, and everybody knew that this woman was just a sexualized woman. And then you had, your large group of, soccer moms or whatever, right? But now there's no difference. Brother, I guarantee you, go to any Walmart in the United States of America, and I guarantee you it's an ass fest. It's an ass fest. God, I go grocery shopping, and I'm seeing women, I'm like, man, 10 years ago, you would have been dressed like pretty much Mother Teresa, and now I'm sitting here looking at straight cheeks. And it's normal, man. I'm telling you, this stuff is not normal, man. This world is over sexualized. There are no tears anymore. It's just one flat level of everybody ass out. Now combine that with the insecurities of the IG model that can only show her backside, right? Combine that with the level up community women that are saying, you know what, man, give me this, and I want to give you nothing in exchange. Combine that with the women that are going through depression, that are popping pills, and that are just low vibrational overall, right? And I'm telling you guys, this is the pool we swim in. God, what we found ourselves in 2021 is pretty much just a gumbo of BS when it comes to women. Am I saying there are no good women? Of course, I'm always saying there are 5%ers. But guys, what we fail to do, when we exchange energy with women, we still haven't gotten to the point where we can get past, the fat ass and the cute lips and all this stuff and see where a woman is vibrating. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing, and this is why I say this. You have to understand, when it comes to being intimate with a woman, having sex, you have to understand that's simply an energetic merger. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she might be thick in the draw, she might be fine and all this stuff. But guys, if she's low vibrational, when you exchange energy, you're taking on that same energy. You know what I'm saying? If she's depressed, you're taking on that depression. If she's, XYZ, guys, you're taking this exact same thing on. And I think the majority of us know this. We just can't get past, the thick thighs. But guys, I'm telling you, we have to fix it. So how do we fix it, brothers? We have to stop feeding the dragon. What do I mean by that? If the Jezebel spirit is only surviving, off of our energy, then guys, we have to get in a position to where we starve that thing. You know what I'm saying? We have to get in a position where we're keeping it in our pants. We have to get in a position where we can just swim in our own energy for a while and not feed anything, where that old world, that corrupt world, can just die. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I saying that the world, collectively as a whole, that men should say, you know what, I'm going to be single and I'm going to just roll solo for a bit and let my world calibrate? No, I'm not saying that. Because you have to understand, too, what I'm always talking about is a man is in control of his own world. A man is in control of his own atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm starting to hear is that almost every brother I talk to is seeing the same thing. So this is a collective issue. The thing is, man, we have to treat this thing, like a cancer. And a cancer can't survive if you're not feeding it. You know what I'm saying? Now, brothers, I talk about this heavy in the Beautiful Faces of Evil. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Read the comments. Brothers are saying things like, every man on the planet needs to watch this. Brothers are saying, just watching this video has saved him, for so many years of torment going forward, right? Brothers, you need to check that thing out. But 3 takeaways, guys. The first one is we have to understand that sex is just not for pleasure. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that just like, getting involved in exchanging energy with the right woman can send you to the stars and the moon. Once we exchange woman with the wrong, exchange energy with the wrong woman, it's going to take us down just as fast. You have to understand, even the Bible says that two become one. So really, when you talk about being intimate with somebody, when you talk about laying with a woman, brother, really, you're talking about marriage. If you're talking about exchanging, energy with a woman, you're talking about the truest form of marriage. So we have to be aware of what that is, guys. Second, we have to raise the bar. For too long have we put, the chick, with the 90-inch weave and a swole ass at the forefront. And trust me, guys, I like watching a stallion walk by just like the next brother. I'm not going to sit here in front. I love the thick one. I love the chocolate sisters. You know what I'm saying? But guys, we have to understand that look where it's gotten us. Look where it's gotten us. We put the wrong women at the forefront, what we consider to be the good women over the last, 2 or 3 decades have followed suit to what we put on a pedestal. Now the whole world is in doom and gloom. So we have to understand that we need to start putting energy over everything. A swole backside alone in 2021, it just don't fit the bill anymore, guys. And last, guys, we have to stop feeding the dragon. We have to understand that one, we're responsible for this Jezebel spirit. But because if this spirit, like I said earlier, if this spirit lives off of our energy, then it can only still be alive because we're feeding it. Guys, we have to get in the position where we're fasting from this. We have to get in the position that if our world is seeing this, if we're seeing this in our world, we have to be in a position to let that thing just dry up. We have to fast from it. I guarantee you, brothers, if you sit back and disconnect from that world will soon just consume itself.